My great-grandmother, Hannah McCoy, was a slave. She was, after slavery, the midwife and the doctor for the black community that we lived in. There are stories about her and her cauldron that she had in the front yard, and that she made soap in this cauldron and she did herbs in this cauldron, and I would love to have a cauldron and make medicine back here in the cauldron. This comes in an easy way. It's through the lineage. 5 generations of herbalists. They didn't call themselves herbalists. They did call themselves midwives. With the roses, I save the hips and I make rose hip, high in vitamin C. I make skincare. These roses are a pretty magical plant.
In medicine?
Yeah, in medicine. People would say I can't sleep. I have really high anxiety. I'm really restless. I'm really, at certain times of the day, whenever I watch the news, my back hurts. That I was able to go, oh, okay, let's try some passion fruit and some skullcap, and let's try some herbs.
I was adopted at 2. She started me with Paudarco and herbs. I was a pretty sick kid, so she would make me drink tea. That was really disgusting, but it helped me, and I kind of took it with me as I grew older. I had really bad ADD, I had really bad ADHD. I was diagnosed with both in 3rd grade, and I got all the way through my whole education without any medication, but my parents did put me in meditation classes. And then as I got into college and started going through college, I found that magic mushrooms and cannabis really helped me and excelled me through the anxiety that came with college. A really interesting thing being a trans person and working with these plants, because they also have genders. This acceptance of you can be both, you can be male and female, and look at what these plants have given you. Look at this gift and look at all this power that they both have. You can be powerful in both. It was just a very profound thing for me, because I've never, I think, been able to accept that, and I wasn't going there looking for that acceptance. I wasn't going there really looking for anything. I had the intention of healing some ancestral wounds, but it wasn't anything related to my gender or my journey being a transgender person. And so that was really, really healing for me. I just give this stuff freely to people because I just like to cultivate it and take it for my own well-being and my own mental health maintenance. It's just part of my routine since I don't take medication, and I do have these different, ADD, ADHD, PTSD, we can go down the whole list. The problem that I'm finding a lot within the African American community and the BIPOC community is that we don't have safe access to these things. And I think having open access or open sourcing, or just even safe spaces where there's a placard that says this is a mushroom safe space. You can come here and you can have access, or harm reduction spaces are great. But even this kind of verbiage, this vocabulary, if you're not, it's very stigmatized, and almost like if you're not in the right class, if you're not in the right privileged area, you're not gonna find it. And so that's where I'm really hoping things are gonna shift, because I know people out in the Bayviews, Hunter Point are not gonna find me. These things aren't gonna be accessible to them. And those are the people who really need it. These are the communities that my mother has worked with. These are the communities that are high prison break communities. These are communities that they have had their children shot down by gun violence. I'm really hoping that when decriminalization or even legalization occurs, it becomes more acceptable. The stigma starts to get removed from these Schedule I, Schedule II drugs or narcotics or psychedelics, because these are sacred plants, these are medicines, these are ancient healing tools. It's like when my mom makes her products, like you are just in this joyous state and you put so much love and energy into these plants or into these medicines that you're making for people. And then you share it with them and they receive this amazing gift. And it's like, it's kept some of my friends from suicide this year. Like just having that one piece of chocolate with a little bit of psilocybin in it was like, it was a game changer. These things can help people that are just suffering. And that's all we wanted to do as a family, was to just start helping people that were suffering and that were in chronic pain and that were on their way out.